Florida could soon become the first state to officially recognize the Gulf of America. Lawmakers advancing a bill today that would make the Trump administration's name change permanent in state material, textbooks, and classrooms. Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders with how this could play out.
This name change has become a particularly controversial subject, especially for journalists. In fact, the Associated Press was recently punished for not saying Gulf of America in its reporting. But Florida lawmakers, they say it's patriotic, and they think that it's important to get it not just on state material, but in the classroom as well. Some Democrats, meanwhile, call it a waste of time. It's big, it's warm, it's the Gulf. But the Gulf of what exactly?
With your support, we're going to make the Gulf great again.
That was the subject of debate in Tallahassee Thursday. Lawmakers considered this, HB 549, the Gulf of America. It would take that Trump administration designation and make it official in Florida, requiring state agencies to update all their material. Public schools, too, books, maps, all of it in time.
Why did you think it was important that you brought this now?
Well, I mean, we live in an age of American exceptionalism. I think the voters overwhelmingly chose President Trump for his policies, not just locally, but, the international presence that we have.
Miami Republican Rep. Juan Carlos Porras is the guy behind the Florida House version of the bill.
Committee, by your vote, the bill is reported favorably,
which has now cleared its first committee with bipartisan support.
I'm feeling fantastic. With one step further to supporting the president's agenda and making sure that Florida will be the first state to officially recognize the Gulf of America, not just in our state's geographical material, but in our school educational curriculum and our textbooks with our kids back home.
That last bit originally raised some big red flags with Florida superintendents. They worried about absorbing a major cost to replace all of their learning materials with the Gulf of America. To ease concerns, lawmakers changed the bill. Books and maps now only need that new Gulf name when they're scheduled to be replaced anyway. Even so,
I love this country as much as everybody else. I just feel that this is going to create some undue burdens. And so for that reason, I'll be voting down.
A couple of Democrats remained opposed. Outside of cost concerns, they called it a waste of time.
With all the issues we have facing our constituents, this is what we find important to bring to our 60-day session. We could talk about food, clothing, and shelter.
The OG Gulf of Mexico dates all the way back to at least the 1550s, according to NOAA historians. That's about 300 years before Mexico was a thing, getting its name from the Aztecs who occupied the area. And the rebrand has generated blowback not just here, but internationally. Mexico's president has even joked the U.S. should be renamed Mexican America.
We're going to call it Mexican America. It sounds beautiful, right?
For Porras, the criticism can wait, but the name change can't. To him, it's more than a moniker. It has meaning.
And it also, shows our students back home, that patriotism is alive and well.
Now, there are several different versions of this bill that are floating through the chambers behind me right now, including one that would just mandate Gulf of America in state code. Nothing else. None of that curriculum stuff. So, will that be the bill? Will this be the bill? Will neither of them be the bill? Or will we have a combination of the two? Well, we're going to have to wait and see. We might not find out until the end of session, which wraps up in May. That's the latest out here at the state capitol. I'm Forrest Saunders reporting.